Alright guys, back here at Locals, and Matt just finished up first place at Locals with Bardock from the anniversary box. And he's going to go into detail about the deck and how it works basically.
Alright, so we'll start with the leader. He has a lot of effects, realistic, but they're very simple. He's got 2 permanents. One reduces the combo cost because they're all 1/5Ks. The second one reduces the energy exhaust on all of your black multicolor cards. Auto, when he attacks, top 5, you can add any card with SS4 in the card name to your hand, and then awaken at 3 or less life, or if you have 4 or more colors between your energy and your battle area. So as soon as you get 4 of these 4 different guys on board, you can just go ahead and awaken. He draws 2 on awaken, and on the awaken side, he's even better. So he still has the same permanent, reduced combo cost, energy exhaust, and then auto. So when it attacks, you get effects based on the number of different color cards you have of dual color cards. So it doesn't count black, but it counts every other color between your energy and your battle area. It's really weird the way it's worded. So for 2+ colors, he gets plus 5,000 power, and he gets to tap down one of your opponent's battle cards. For 3 colors, he gets to untap an energy at the end of the turn. And for 4+ colors, he draws a card, and he gets to remove a marker off of Unison, just for free. So you can swing into Unisons and just take 2 markers off of them.
It's pretty good.
So then we'll get into the deck. We'll start with the lineup of the prismatic cards I play. So I play 4 of the 2-drop Vegeta. This is, you always want this card. You charge it, you get to rip a card from their hand randomly, bottom deck it, and then they draw another card. And when you play it, you get to draw 2 cards and put a card on the bottom of your deck. So it cycles. Like the front side of the leader can't add anything that's not SS4, so it's good to cycle. And it's 16K crit. So. And we play 3 of the Vegeta 3-drops. So this one, when you combo with it from your hand, you can pay 1 and it comes into play in rest mode, and then it bounces one of their battle cards 3 or less to their hand. And then it has an activate main. You just pay 1 black, and you send it to your warp, and you play any of the 2-drop prismatics from your hand. And then at the start of your next turn, you get it back from the warp. So it just cycles your cards and puts your 2-drops out there for 1, which is a good value.
So that's your blue ones.
And red, I play 3 of the red 3-drops. He has unique and barrier. He's not as good when you play him. He's the best one to charge in your energy, especially late game. His auto, when you charge him or play him, you get to choose a battle card or a unison card and minus it 2k power for each color in your energy. So at most, he's minusing something 2k. And then he has an activate battle. Once per turn, you can just choose a battle card and minus it 5. So you can play him out and then just immediately like minus something 15k. So he's all right. But you got to play him to play this one. And this card is insane. We actually side another one for certain matchups. So this one's your counter play. It's Denial of Hope, but it's able to reduce its cost to 1.
That's pretty good.
You just take a life for it if you have 2 or more energy, and then it becomes a 1 cost Denial of Hope, and it's really good. We got yellow. So the yellow one, it's a blocker on board, and then when you charge or play it, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards, which with a 4 cost or less, negated skills until the end of their next turn. And then when you play it, you can rest mode a card 4 or less, and then if it's a skill list, you KO it. It's mostly just charge. That's usually the last one you ever play. Like, sometimes you will if it's the only one you have, but it's usually the last one. And then we have this 3-drop. This one's the same as the Vegeta 3-drop, where you combo it in for 1 energy. But when this one comes in, it negates your opponent's unison skills for the turn. So if they're like play a unison and like swing with their leader and don't plus their unison, you can just combo this in and just negate their unison as dead. And then same thing, you warp it to play a 2-drop from your hand, and you get it back at the start of your next turn. Then we got the green. This is the green. This is the negate for the deck. So counterattack, negate the attack, play it, and then your opponent can attack. You discard a card, and your opponent can attack equal to the number of colors in their energy with their unisons and battle cards for the rest of the turn. It doesn't affect leader, sadly, because that'd probably be too broken. But it's basically Topo. it has a way, if you have 3 or more multicolor cards, you can reduce its cost by 1. So it's just a 1-cost topo that just, everything's monocolor right now except for like Icarus. So it pretty much just says you get 1 more attack this turn between your unisons and battle cards. Then we play this one. This is the 2-drop. Most of the time is charged, but he also is really good to play. He's the one you want to play right behind the Vegeta. So he has double strike, and when you charge or play him, you get to just remove a marker off a unison with 3 or more markers on it. And then when you play him, you just get to warp a battle card 4 energy or less. And he's double strike. So a lot of times, like, they'll have 3 markers on their unison on like turn 2 after they played it, and you just play this and kill it. That's it for all of the dual color cards. Then we get into stuff. I run Son Goku True Fighting Spirit. We're a Black Saiyan. It's a good card. They activate counters, try and stop you. Just they have to warp cards out of their hand constantly. Everybody knows what it does. 4 Vegeta Super combos, pretty self-explanatory. 2 Draw Apes, they were the last edition, and they overperformed today. There's a lot of times, you untap at the end of your turn, so there's a lot of times you'll have 2 energy up, and you're like, I only need 1 Draw Ape, and then get the 1 back at the end of turn.
Pretty good.
2 Power Burst is the second negate. You just want to free negate, and you don't always have the green energy, but you always have black energy, since it's all black.
And it can recycle with just your Goku, I guess.
Yeah, it can recycle Goku, which comes up. 3 Senzu Bean. I cut it down from 4. You play blue energy. It's Senzu Bean. 3 of the Master Roshis. This card's really cool. So when you combo with it from your hand, you get to bounce a dual color energy back to your hand and then charge a card from your hand as energy in rest mode. So there's a lot of really dumb combos with this card because they all get effects when they go into energy. The best play is the 3-drop Bardock, because you can go combo this for 5, bounce the Bardock back, play it again, and then the Bardock just minuses whatever's attacking by 10. So it's a 0-cost 15k super combo.
That's pretty good.
And then we get into the real MVP of the deck, for thwarting the Dark Empires. All the yellow and blue cards in the deck are Goku and Vegeta Zenos, and they all have 16k power, so it's very easy to just resolve this. And y'all know what it does. This is raising this. And then the boss monster of the deck, 2 SS4 Gogeta thwarting the Dark Empire. So, for those who don't know, triple attack blocker. It can't be KO'd while in rest mode. And then auto, when it attacks, once per turn, you get your opponent warps 2 cards from their hand and warps 2 battle cards from their board, ignoring barrier. And you pay 4, and you just play them from your hand by warping a Goku and a Vegeta Zeno from either your board or your drop area. So a lot of times you'll get them to your drop with a thwarting, and then just play this the next turn.
Yep.
And this card's like game every time. And then 1 of Champa, 1 of Fighting Against Fate, and of course Kai Secret Rare.
So you're playing basically 3 best finishers along with the rest of your engine.
Pretty much. It's black, I mean.
Thanks for the deck profile. Smash the like button and show some support from my boy Matt. He didn't have to show us this spicy deck profile. But also make sure to check out the links in the description and stay tuned for more videos. Deuces.